My boyfriend lied to me about having children and being a father. Don't want to have children or to be a mother in any capacity. My boyfriend knew this. I was clear with him on our first date that I don't want children and have been sterilized. He told me he never wants to be a father either. That was a lie. He's already a father. He had a room in his flat that I never went into. He is a project manager and he told me that his job is partially done from home. Since his company has contracts with the government and the military, he said one of the conditions of his employment was that he needed a secure room with a locking door in order to be allowed to work remotely. I feel like a fool because I didn't question that. I have family members who work from home and some of them have a similar rule, so I never thought anything of it. He is a project manager. His firm has government contracts. However, he doesn't work remotely. The other room was for his sons. He shares custody with his ex-wife. His sons are 7 years old and 8 years old. I don't work a traditional schedule because I'm an A&E physician. He had told his ex-wife his work hours changed and he had his son stay at his flat when I was working and they went back to their mom when during my days off. My shifts are all hours and I also must work on weekends or holidays sometimes. So I honestly did not notice anything amiss when we did spend time together. I found out because one of his sons had an emergency at school. I was with my boyfriend when the school notified him. We had been together for nearly a year and were talking about getting a flat together. I don't know how that would have worked out because he shares custody with his ex-wife. My boyfriend said he planned to tell me once we had moved in together. Despite knowing that I don't want to be a mother in any capacity or live with children, he said he knew I would love his children and enjoy spending time with them when they stayed with us. Our relationship is over. I'm angry at him for lying to me for the last 10 months. I'm angry at my brother because he introduced the two of us and my brother knows I don't want children and that his friend was a father. I'm angry at myself for not noticing what was going on. I'm here because I'm also mourning the loss of a relationship that I thought was going well. My parents have sex while I sleep. Hi, I am a 14-year-old currently visiting Italy. My parents have a fetish of having sex when me and my siblings are sleeping. I think, but it's not the first time they've done it. Last night was regular. Me and my family were preparing to head to sleep. We all finally were in bed. When my sister started slightly snoring, my parents started whispering. My heart kind of dropped because I wondered if they were going to talk shit about me or yike. But then they did the latter. My stomach was pitted and tears were coming out my eyes. You might be wondering why I was awake. I just set my phone down and was trying to fall asleep, but clearly couldn't. I was trying to move without them thinking I was awake. I wanted my hands beside my ears to subdue the noise. They kept whispering and weird noises kept coming from across the room. I tried to shut my eyes tight so no tears come out. I heard them whispering about if I was asleep. It made my heart drop, but then they just continued. It was so scary. I feel like I was robbed. I am never going to be the same. I wanted to bawl like a baby. After some time that felt like years, they stopped and started talking. My stomach pitted. They said my name out loud this time. In my head, I was thinking, do they think I am awake? It was so scary. Then they started talking about me. Apparently, I'm a terrible, stupid, and shitty daughter that's going to get kicked out at 18. My dad is a narcissist. He never takes blame when it's his. It really made me think about his ignorance. My mom really broke me, how she agreed with my dad. I wrote a whole excerpt in English class about how my mom is my rock. On this whole trip, me and my dad has been fighting. Everyone cried because of my dad on this trip, and they think can talk shit right after having sex next to my fucking 9-year-old sister. I really don't know what to do. Please help me. I'm so damn tired. This is what my bee's friends say to me. Having sex in the same room as your children is inappropriate and can be damaging to any child that overhears it. In the future, if you are in the same circumstances, let them know you're still awake. Spare yourself. What your parents said about you was very cruel, especially if your mother is nice to your face and something else behind your back. If you are going to be kicked out at 18, do your best to get a part-time job, anything to earn some money and keep saving. If your parents ask you how much you're earning, tell them you're earning less than you are just in case they ask you to hand up your money and save what's left in a safe place. You would be surprised how much you could accumulate in for years. Also, you have 4 years to make a very good friendship. If you are kicked out at the very least, you may have somewhere to go until you are on your feet. Study, keep your grades up. This will stand you in the future for job applications or possibly college. By the time you are 18, things might have changed between your parents and they may not follow through kicking you out. At least you have this information just in case they follow through. If your dad is a narcissist, you will never please him. Take a look at how to deal with a narcissist on YouTube. Make sure it's somebody reliable like a doctor or psychologist who really knows what they're talking about. They address relationships of all sorts, including parents. If hearing your parents having sex is still hanging over you in 6 months' time, see if you can get some counseling or therapy. I believe a lot of schools have counselors these days and may be able to help you move forward or refer you to somebody who will see you for free, as I know therapy is very expensive. My mother was a narcissist, still is, and I've learned how to deal with her through these posts. You can let your parents' cruel words knock you down or make you stronger. You are no less than anyone else. You deserve to be loved and nurtured. If there is a family member you are close to, share what's going on at home if it becomes too much. You are experiencing emotional abuse. Take care of yourself, darling.